Hello everyone, welcome back in this episode of Bitcoin Trade here. And in this episode here, I'm gonna go over some of this here. I just wanted to show you all this. And if you've been watching my episode series, you would know that I warned you or informed you. I didn't warn anybody. I informed my viewers here of some signals that there might be some weakness in the market. So now you look at this and wow, look at all that red. But of course you all knew that by the time you've seen this, or this is no surprise. But anyways, what you'll notice here, and I want to make a point out, is that if you look at Mt. Gox, and you'll see they're still above the averages. This is a creepy, if people are into numbers and omens, here, the Mt. Gox Euro 666. That's an it must be an evil currency or something. Anyways, there's the yen and everything, but it's still above the 30-day average, and the price discrepancies are huge. If you look at the three majors of the US dollar, and again, you know, the volume, I can't really explain it. Look at the volume. Volume is lower on Mt. Gox. You think it'd be more volatile, but when I compare the charts on a smaller, 15, or even on the hourly, I always find that Mt. Gox is more, more predictable, more smoother. Maybe because I've been trading in it from the get-go, but anyways, so I wanted to share that with you, and also I wanted to talk about how since I have an account at Mt. Gox, I've never tried to cash out from Mt. Gox. Even their minimum limit of $1,000 per day or something. What I want to do in this episodes or in future episodes is, obviously I can try to request a withdrawal, and since I'm legit, I might do that. I might do that in a very small amount, maybe $500 or something. I'll try to withdraw $500. My ultimate goal is, since I am legitimate, I've been verified through this Mt. Gox exchange as a trader, not a trader like stock trading. Okay, as someone who is in the act of engaged in the act of trading bitcoins for whatever US dollars at that exchange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, and there's a trusted status, or I don't know what they call it, but it's super verified, whatever, where I have to get a seal from either the Secretary of State of the state or Secretary of State of America, the federal government or the state government, of who I am, and it's called an apostle seal. I had my lawyer look into it, and she's informed me like how I can do all this stuff, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just mail it over to Mt. Gox, let them know I'd like to get an increase of $100,000 withdrawal, and also a higher limit on probably, well, I don't know if there's a limit on money going in, but also bitcoins to come out as well. So I get a larger withdrawal limit and a larger Bitcoin withdrawal limit. So currently, right now, I can withdraw only 1,000 bitcoins through Mt. Gox, which is more than enough, really. But I like to increase that withdrawal limit, not because I'm going to do that or anything. It's mainly because when I get to what I'm trying to do is, like I said, I am literally in the real world buying and selling all the time. Buying and selling all the time in the real world, as well as buying and selling it electronically on the exchanges as well. So, as you know, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to market bitcoins, okay? And by doing that with my very little investment, or through transacting and gaining my bitcoins that way, the value of bitcoins will increase exponentially. Now, if you've seen my previous episodes, I've mentioned that before, and hopefully I explained it in a way that you all understand it. I do kind of keep repeating myself every once in a while, but you've seen my videos, you've seen what I've told you, and hopefully you all can trust me on what I'm telling you. Do you all trust me? I don't know. It's quite a trust is quite a unique commodity in itself. It's almost more valuable than money in some senses. So, anyways, so this episode. I just want to show this graph, or not this graph. These the different indexes here, and it's all red for the most part. The top in volume, as you see here, except for Mt. Gox. Now, it's kind of weird. I know they always have a higher price, and then of course their averages would be higher, but you know, it just seems to be more resilient to price falls. But ironically, when I experienced the so-called crash, ironically Mt. Gox was the fastest to fall, or the most volatile. But you know, now it's just bounced back. But I don't know why. If anybody knows why, or they can explain this, I'm interested in hearing from you. Feel free to comment, like, dislike, or I'm sorry, I'm not quite done yet. Let's go over some charts here, since I'm here. So here's another chart on the BTC. Okay, 2 days, 15 minutes. So you got a lot of movement here, and so you saw the downtrend, and then it seems like it's popping up, but it's, you know, if you really look at the 15 minutes, it's just really wiggling up and down, and it's probably just consolidating before it goes down again, because I do think we are starting to see the start of the lower low on this downtrend here. And if I back up to the 5 day and an hourly, you know, it almost looks like it's going to turn, but if you've seen the 15-minute, you'll realize it's just consolidating. So you got to be careful when you are using these two weighted averages as buying and selling signals, because you have to remember, are you on a uptrend or are you on a downtrend? So basically, on an uptrend, when you see something like this, you want to buy because it's going up. On a downtrend, you probably have to figure out a buy somewhere around here, and then realize this is probably just going to be more consolidation around this same price area. So save yourself some headache and just go ahead and just sell immediately as you get the initial bounce up, and then save yourself some headache, because you can just be looking at this for hours and hours, stressing out whether you won money or lost money. So that's that. And then let's go on to Bitstamp, and Bitstamp here. Let's refresh that. So here's also another 15-minute. All right, and you see it's doing the same thing, just bouncing around, consolidating. But on the hourly, it looks like it's going to go up, but it's probably a false buy signal. It's already starting to turn a little bit down, but it can change. And on the hourly, the more you go out in time, like an hourly, 2 hours, the longer it takes to get a buy or sell signal. So don't jump the gun. You'll be an hour to 2 hours ahead of the gun, and then anything can happen within, you know, the remaining time period of that 1 hour or 2 hour period. So something that looks like a buy signal can drastically change into, well, it's going down. There was no buy signal. So you see the same thing here. And then Mt. Gox on a 15-minute, 2-day period, and pretty much same thing. And let me see, 2 days. So now they're starting to really correlate, and so I think the price here is what you're really seeing is the price. So okay, so let's go over here. All right, excuse me. So you can see this a little bit better. So okay, here we go. We've got a first thing I like to do is look at the price spreads. Okay. So if you look at the price spreads here, you'll notice that Bitstamp is now in the middle of the price range, and BitC is the lowest. So it's pretty much stabilized, and you may experience a bounce up, but that's probably about it. I don't know if it's gonna hold right there. So let me go ahead and back up here to I'll back up this 15-minute. This is the half an hour, hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. So let's look at the 4 hour here, and this is the supporting line. Now this is a Mount Gox chart here on a 4 hour period, because I trade on Mount Gox, so I'm not going to bother looking at the other charts really. I'll look at them for comparison, but I don't draw lines. I don't put my buy orders and sell orders on a bit. I don't look at a Bitstamp or BitC chart trying to trade on a Mount Gox account. So forgive me if I don't address some of the other charts. So anyways, this is the support here, and as you know, it did drop, and it looks like that is being supported here, but I don't know how long that's going to hold. It still has a lot of pressure to break through this line here, so it's a lot of pressure. So if people want this to go up, they're going to have to start buying on market orders, not on a limit order. You gotta buy on a market order, because market orders is what makes the price move. All right, either move up or move down. And if you see my previous episode, you'll know why some people do make market orders versus limit orders. All right, and some pros and cons on both. I prefer limit orders, especially if I'm making a strategic buy, because I want to buy at that certain price, and I know it's going to work because usually I do a buy when it's trending down. When I'll try to pick a price where I think it's going to stop over there, or be around there enough to the price range around that price where I bought in, so I can buy and sell and trade for the most part. So and I'll get that price that I want. Sometimes I'll do a market order when I want to transact immediately. Okay, I don't want to wait. I think the price right here, even though I don't get the exact price I want, but at least I get a buy or a sell, and I get to transact. Because if you use a limit order and people see, especially if you have a large limit order, it'll show up. Okay, like I said, let me see here. I'll give you an example. It'll show up right here. And what's funny is when I trade and when I make a market order, it actually shows up down there, my one order that I've done. It actually shows up, and I know it's mine because it's the amount is right and the amount of Bitcoins is correct. So I've actually seen my orders here, and these are real people making real orders, buying and selling. And I've also seen my limit orders here as well, because you have about 5 spaces from the decimal point over to the right to do whatever number you want. And if you put a weird number, you can actually see your limit orders for buy or sell. And it's kind of weird to actually see this here, and you're realizing this is real. This is not fake. There's people with real money, because I put real money in here. I bought some real Bitcoins with real money, so this is not a video game. Although it may seem like it, but it's not. So so my point is, let me see here. Where is it going? That's what you want to know. Forget all this stuff I'm talking about. Who cares, right? Where's it going is what you want to know. All right. So I'm thinking it still seemed like a lot of pressure, because it never broke up above this line resistance, and then it also never broke above this price here, and the fact that it fell and fell below through and then tried to bounce back. I mean, it's trying to recover, but eventually I just think it's going to fail. It's just going to hit. I just think it's going to hit down, just like I've been saying. And I don't know how far. I'm hoping it'll stop right there, but it could just break through down as well. And so I've told you where some other areas where a good support might be. So hopefully you'll all stay tuned to my episodes here. And well, happy trading. So anyways, until next time, stay tuned for the next episode. Bye now.